Are you ready?
I'll do the countdown. Three,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the LAGdrop Podcast. My name is TZKU.
I'm KDawg.
And I'm Kill Moose Kill. I put some sauce.
What's so funny, Kevin? What's so...
The way they set this up, luckily, nobody will hear our issues of getting this set up. But I almost feel like it's laughing just of the fact that how long it took. It's almost like, welcome to the first and last episode.
It will be the last.
On the LAGdrop Podcast. I don't know how many resync claps we did, but it's just
Enough.
We did the first one, and that was a success. But then Kill out of nowhere said, "Word life, basic thugonomics."
Yeah.
I'm forcing you to feel me. Whether I'm fighting or spitting, my discipline's unforgiven. I'm the world heavyweight champion after beating AJ Styles for no reason. That doesn't even rhyme, but it doesn't even matter because John Cena's world champion in 2017. Yay.
There you have it.
Ushering in a new era, everybody.
We just got done doing we just got done doing a live, like me and Moose just did a live watch, like a let's watch of the Royal Rumble match, and we were enjoying the first 20 competitors, and then it started going downhill from there.
Oh, did it ever go downhill?
It did. The minute Brock came in, it cleared the ring. It was all good. And then Goldberg came in and fucking wrecked Brock immediately.
Destroyed him.
yeah, I was expecting
It
that.
wasn't even fair. Like, it was gross, actually.
Honestly, what should have happened was maybe Goldberg and Brock. I think Brock should have eliminated Goldberg. That would have been a little more fair, saying, "Hey, fuck you for killing me at at Survivor Series."
But that would require for Goldberg to sell.
Yeah, and Goldberg sucks at that. Yeah, he doesn't sell. What the fuck?
He doesn't sell. That's the whole point. He's like I said, like Brock, like this run of Brock, which is doing well for him, is basically Goldberg, like Bulgerg apparently. Bulgerg.
That's his new name here. That's his new
yeah.
name here. Is
So,
Goldberg.
no, but Goldberg, like he's basically the precursor to Brock currently now, is because that's what Goldberg was, like 5-minute matches of going through everybody, just less suplexes and more spears and jackhammers.
And honestly, I don't have a problem with like jackhammers and spears, but his spear is god awful terrible.
I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it.
Well, I mean, a couple of them tonight were pretty bad, and I'm like when Bray and Orton did the Irish Whip to Goldberg, and he kind of just like started tripping. He didn't run correctly.
Yeah, had a few little thumbs ups.
And that's like the part where I was like,
Well, again, like I said, he's not used to selling. So that was another reason for it. He's literally the first time that they were beating on him on the rope, and I'm just like looking at him like, oh my god, this looks so awkward. He's trying to sell it, but at the same time he just can't.
It's just...
That's true, yeah.
It just looks awful. Absolutely terrible. And it's actually kind of gross in 2017. This is the quality of wrestling we put up with. When the night before, we get Bobby Roode and Nakamura. Like, what is the priorities of this company going into WrestleMania in 2017? John Cena, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Goldberg, and fucking Brock Lesnar. It's like, come on, guys. I like Brock Lesnar. I did like John Cena for a hot minute again, but they already managed to fuck that up somehow. And Randy Orton, it's just, he just, why? It just doesn't make sense anymore.
That's another thing I want to point out is like, why is Randy Orton the winner of the Royal Rumble? Like, what kind of push are we going for? He joined the Wyatt family titles. They're to start a feud with Luke Harper, and then he just wins the Royal Rumble. It's like, well, fuck that feud that Luke Harper have.
Well, they can still have that at,
I guess.
What's Elimination Chamber? So we got Harper and Randy at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Great. Awesome. Fun match to see going into John Cena and Randy
Yeah,
Orton
but
at
it's like
WrestleMania.
it's like saying that but there's like no push towards it. It's like saying, well, Orton's facing Luke Harper, and then, well, yay, WrestleMania. I want to see like Orton face someone like AJ Styles. I want to see Orton versus Styles.
I
Like,
see. The rumored
that would have been a
match
better
for
match.
AJ Styles is Shane McMahon. And in storyline, that makes the most possible sense right now because of John Cena beating Styles when he just come back and was handed a title shot. So now you have AJ being like, this is fucking bullshit. You can't just hand people title shots. I was the world champion and I got fucking screwed. And that's how they should be playing it off anyway. So logically, SmackDown still has good legging to stand on. But when you have the main event, John Cena and Randy Orton going into WrestleMania, the presumed main event, it doesn't look great for that brand right now. And it's the only show.
And
205 Live and SmackDown are the only two wrestling shows I enjoy watching anymore.
and going to your point, saying how like Cena versus Orton is a proclaimed match at the moment, things somehow magically change at Elimination Chamber. I'm not saying they are going to change at Elimination Chamber, but it's very possible something might happen where like Cena loses, because remember, it's a 6-man match, Elimination Chamber style, so anything can happen unless the competitors are Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, etc., etc.
And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Miz, Baron Corbin. Who else can fill up this chamber? Styles is obviously having his rematch clause in the chamber.
What's so funny,
awful.
Kevin?
I had the thought like Luke Harper for champion.
Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Let's fucking go. Book it, Vince. Book it!
Luke Harper ran.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Mania,
could not-
mania, as he points to the sign.
Thank you, Wisers, for giving me such a great idea.
That's a fucking that was terrible. It's just like to think of Luke Harper rocking around with the WWE Championship going, yeah!
And then flexing for no reason. Because his character just needs to flex for some reason. He fucking...
It would be fun.
At house shows, it's amazing to watch. He just constantly is going, yeah, and flexing for no reason at all.
It's like he becomes champion, but like changes his character up. He's like some sophisticated corporate cunt.
Well,
It's like the fuck.
I couldn't see that because he's been wearing that same shirt for 10 years now.
Well, admittedly, the same brand.
It looks like the same shirt.
It looks like it, but it's probably a different shirt here and there.
I hope it's a different shirt. Unless that's a permanent sweat pit, like a sweat stain on there, and it's like it won't come out, but it doesn't smell.
It could be worse. I mean, I felt bad for Eric Rowan. I mean, he was wearing a fucking garbage outfit.
well,
Literally a garbage man fucking suit.
I've had to wear
He needs a new.
coveralls that,
These guys need new suits.
and I couldn't imagine having to wrestle in that because they bunch up like real tight every time you bend over. So it's like you lose half your fucking legs there because you have to have them to a certain point too. It's a stupid attire. Why anybody would wrestle in it? It's beyond me.
I have to praise Eric Rowan to be able to wrestle wearing that thing.
I know, right? It's just like it always just feel like you can tell how much she did in the match by how big sweat he had fucking stain.
Oh,
It's like, how big is that? Oh, he did a pretty good amount in this match today. That was pretty big.
If you see nothing, he did no effort into that match. If you see a shit ton of sweat, you know he worked his ass off.
But yeah,
Well,
but no, for the Royal
I'll
the
tell
Royal
you what.
Rumble.
I'm going to a SmackDown host show next month in February here. I'll probably get to see
Okay.
a couple of the previews of the Mania matches. It'll probably be Cena and Orton in the main event, and Styles, Orton, and Cena triple threat. I bet you that's what they'll be doing at house shows.
Probably.
Oh,
I mean, it would make sense.
Wyatt and Harper.
Probably.
So now that we got
Wyatt Harper?
Orton, I honestly think it's Cena and Orton. A lot of people are saying Bray could win the title at the Elimination Chamber, but I just don't see that. I see Bray versus Luke now, Orton versus Cena. What else do we got?
Well,
Goldberg,
here's
Brock.
going to your point. Yeah, that's happening. Triple H versus Seth.
Triple Seth.
Undertaker versus Kane.
Or Roman, I guess, maybe. Yeah, Kane. Just Kane doesn't run in without a mask.
Wait, why the fuck wasn't Kane at the Royal Rumble this year? What the fuck?
I don't know. I guess they had enough big guys.
Demons in hiding.
We had Big Show. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, but anything can happen from this point on. Like, honestly, all we have to do is say, okay, what's the Elimination Chamber match look like? If it looks like utter shit, we know Cena's winning this match, and it's going to be Cena versus Orton. If we see some potential like AJ Styles, Bray, Baron Corbin, Miz, 'cause Miz has been on a pretty good run lately. Hell, throw Dean Ambrose in there for fuck's sake. I don't care. Make it look good.
Yeah.
Mania does not look optimistic. There's going to be an Intercontinental title ladder match. That's a thing.
Every year.
Why? I just don't understand why that needs to be a thing.
I've been hearing rumors lately that the Universal title is actually going through like a redesign, maybe?
No, that was an old picture of the title. That was from when they were originally designing the title.
Oh, so they just like, hey, we do this shit.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's like redesign. It's like, just rename the fucking thing.
Yeah, rename it. And
Throw it in
good.
the fucking garbage and bring back the Universal title, please.
Yeah.
So where do you think? So in the Royal Rumble match, we saw at the 10 spot, we saw Ty Dillinger come out. Do you think this is his official main roster debut, or do you think he's still in NXT?
Should be, but we'll see. I really hope it is, because he's been... See, I've been a fan of his since like a long time ago, back when he was like doing ECW, or WWE ECW, like the 2005 version of ECW. He used to be Gavin Spears, or Sean Spears on the Indies. And then it's just a magical transformation into Ty Dillinger. But will it connect with an actual audience in the WWE sphere, or just that NXT Orlando crowd? Because that Orlando crowd, they're a pretty extreme wrestling fan. They were the ones who did TNA. Like, they kind of ruined TNA a little bit after a while because of just constantly trying to get themselves over instead of getting the show and the competitors over. That seems to be a big issue with that Orlando crowd. So, I don't know. Is Dillinger going to get over in WWE? I say yes, because Canadian influence could definitely put him over the top. But they're not doing a lot of Canadian tapings like in the next little while, will they?
And this is a thing. If Ty Dillinger is his main roster, where's he going? Because if he goes to Raw, he's kind of boned.
Raw.
If he goes to SmackDown, he's good.
It does not look good on Raw for anyone. If you were a performer, you should be begging to be on SmackDown, because at least you'll have a logical storyline, even if you're Kurt Hawkins, like, for fuck's sakes. Like, the lowest people on the card still have logical storylines going for them. On Raw, it's just a clusterfuck, and it's only about, like, 4 big fucking things and all the legends. So, yeah. Raw doesn't make sense to me anymore at this point.
Brazongo somehow is functioning decently.
They're fucking great, but they don't get enough TV time, in my opinion. I love how they're just fucking destroying shit on Twitter. You see his tweet from the other night? He's like, do people even still watch Raw? I laughed so hard because I'm one of the fans who just doesn't watch Raw anymore because it's just such a bad show.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good point to be proven. Exactly. Like, Raw has been shit for the past forever, and SmackDown's been doing great. So I want to see Ty Dillinger on SmackDown, unless they move him to Raw, and if they actually give him a chance on Raw, maybe Raw might stand a possible chance, but I'm not going to say it is.
Yeah.
Doom and gloom, baby. Doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom. Yep. So we're going to move on to the next, whatever else is in the Royal Rumble, because what else happened?
Yeah.
What else happened? Like, I completely forgot after Orton won, and I was like, what the fuck happened again?
Well, for the like,
Neville versus Swan. It was a good match. I
That
highly
was a good
enjoyed that.
match.
oh yeah, that was a really good match.
Can't believe the Royal Rumble made me forget. Oh, that was a good match.
And that was actually a great match.
But guys, did you remember the Rumble?
A little bit. No, I was actually wanting to discuss with Roman and Owens. It's weird. You ever notice that like Owens does this whole building up like death traps type of thing, and then it's just like he goes through them. It's a weird it's like his it's almost
After
like
a
his
while-
Canadian side or something shows out.
Why would you stop? Why wouldn't you stop building them after a while? Because every single time it happens, you're the one that goes through them. It's been happening since ROH and beyond.
Yeah, but every time I look at him, like it's almost like his Canadian side. It's like, hey, I just built this death trap. You want to put me through it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what? I mean, it's great because it's good spots, but at the same time, it's just like, wow.
I think Owens is usually like the guy saying, okay, I'll make the spot, and whatever I create, I'm willing to go through it, I guess.
Just put me through it. Well, I think the chair thing especially is probably just like, put me through that.
It looks painful as fuck. I'm just going to say that.
It's just danger. I'm like, no one's going through that. If someone's going through it, it's Owens. He must have some form of experience or knowledge of just like, I could take this. I ain't killing somebody. I'll do it.
Yeah, Kevin Owens has got to be that guy who's like, he's looking at this like, this ain't shit.
And like, it's almost like another kind of Canadian like thing, almost like Edge and Christian. Like chairs seem to be his go-to for a weapon, but also his kryptonite because he always seems to get fucked over. Like that, the Samoan drop through that chair. I was grabbing my ass when that happened.
Yeah, that had to hurt big time.
I was like, that tailbone is fucked.
Oh, it is. It was definitely fucked after that point.
Motherfucker. No, that's what I noticed of that was, and then Braun randomly coming out and was just like, I'm here for no reason ahead of time.
Yeah, that Braun part was fucking stupid.
I know. Made me feel, yeah.
Like, at first, like, when I saw Braun come in, I was like, oh, Braun versus Roman at WrestleMania. This is going to happen. And then you see Roman eliminating Taker in the Royal Rumble, and it's like, well, now it's going to be Roman and Taker.
Oh, yeah. But no, when I first saw that, it was, once Braun came, I'm just like, well, great, now I feel dumb. I thought that fucking title belt was going to be some cool little thing. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
I thought that'd be kind of cool for the USA belt, because that would be a good controversial thing. It's no DQ, it'd be used. It could either fuck over Owens or help him. I don't know. But Braun has to come out and just completely ruin the match. Why not?
Yeah, that was fucking stupid. Like, yeah, when I saw Jericho go in with that championship belt, and I was driving, but I was at a stoplight, and I look down, and I see Chris Jericho going in the shark cage with the US belt. I'm like, something's gonna happen with that. There's gonna be a spot where he's gonna use that, and nothing.
You just got disappointed because the WWE and they live to disappoint people.
They don't like to use their championships as weapons anymore,
which is so fucking goofy.
Oh, come on. They've designed the damn things to be weapons. Come on.
No, they designed them to be class rings from high school.
At this point, I guess. But look at it. Like, at that point there, that'd be a great jagged edge to use into somebody's gut. Come on.
That is true. But
that is very true. Or drop it on at someone's head.
Yeah, but it's WWE, so they can't do headshots now because of concussions.
If you can do a good protection with the head, then maybe you can do it. But like you said, to avoid
TNA for life.
It's like because of concussions, yet you see so many different kinds of slams. It's like that could be concussive. You might get a land on your head, but that's still gonna hurt.
Big Show's not gonna punch a fucking kick to the head like the Bro kick, or Big Cass kicking somebody in the head.
Just yeah.
There's so many things that look worse than fucking chair shots to the head anyway.
I would like to notice how like Chris Jericho is in the entirety of the Royal Rumble just knocked out.
I know, but as soon as he got eliminated by Roman, I'm just like, oh, is that why he stayed for this entire time?
Yeah, why did he not just get eliminated sooner? I get that he likes to be the marathon man, but there's a certain point where it just gave everybody a false sense of hope that he could win, and then they would have that forced situation where it's Jericho versus Owens for the Universal title. Would have been amazing. Would have been amazing.
It's just like, see, I don't know. It's just like, I want to take one more Undertaker chokeslam. Why not? You never know. You might be done the next day. Take one more.
It's kind of fucking amazing, actually, because when you think about it, they always set the table with all these great options that they could do, and then they always go with the worst fucking possible way completely. Like, Roman being number 30 was ridiculous in a sense, because it's like, how could we disappoint these fans more than that time Rey Mysterio came out? Roman at number 30. If Roman came out at number 28, wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
And that's like, yeah, this year, not the Ray thing, I still will always say it. This year also could have helped. A heel at number 30, oh yeah, that heat would just be explosive.
Goldberg at number 30 would have been better.
That may have been able to deter some things for people. I mean, it would have been really random, but
switch Roman and Goldberg. You have Roman come out at 28. He fucking stomps on a few dudes. He gets put in a corner. Goldberg comes out. They do the same shit they did, but Roman's in there for a little bit longer. Like, it just wouldn't have been any different. It would have been less disappointing because everybody's like, "Oh, number 30, who is it? I don't think anybody's left." Oh, the Big Show's already been out. He can't disappoint everybody this time. Who could it be? Oh, Roman. Fucking Reigns.
God, no, damn it! That number 30 spot, I feel like more than not should be like a heel spot in general. It is an infamous spot, I think, because it's just like you wonder who's now left, and then you're disappointed if it's not the person you're after, and especially the majority of the crowd is after. So, but the Ray thing again, like that one especially, I'm just looking at it when it came out. I just felt so bad. I'm just like, oh my god, a heel would have loved that. Especially if they played Daniel Bryan's music that year, and that heel would.
I'm afraid I got some bad news.
Something like that, bad news.
Like, amazing.
It basically, like that year, like play fucking like Daniel's music, especially. You would need security to get that fucking heel out of the ring. Oh, get them out of the building.
Or just even bad news. Barrett doesn't even have to wrestle. Just Brian's music, and then him on the podium. I'm afraid I got some bad news. Brian won't be in the match tonight, and then just like. It goes back to the ring, and Barrett just disappears, and it's like, everybody's like, what? What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that would be a waste of an entrance, because then nobody gets in the ring. It's just like, what the fuck happened here?
Then Nunzio runs out and wins the Rumble.
But I mean, just like some kind of heel of some sort, maybe even, I know his career ended, unfortunately, around that later that year, but if they could set something like a rivalry at that time, even have the fucking heel mock Bryan in some way. Like, again, you would have needed security to get that fucker out, but unfortunately, Miz suffered that year.
Miz should have came out.
Well, Miz was sort of developing that year.
Miz should have came out to Daniel Bryan's music at number 30. Holy fuck, would that have been amazing. Because everybody's like, fuck, it's Daniel. Oh, it's the Miz. God damn it.
The only problem is the Miz hadn't really developed at that time. No one gave a shit about Miz at that time.
No, I mean, like this year.
This year,
but no one really cared. Everybody knew Bryan wouldn't be in the Rumble. He can't wrestle. So,
but still, that year, even then, it would have got everybody's hopes up a little bit more than Roman Reigns did.
I guess it would have, and it could have helped in some way to help the Miz a bit, maybe. But I'm saying that year with Ray. I'm just saying this year, though, I agree. Like, I just feel like number 30 should just be a heel spot in general, because of how infamous that spot is, because all expectations are now gone. All your surprise entrants or who you thought were going to come out are not happening, and thus you're disappointed, maybe pissed off. Thus, the heel is perfect to feed off of. But for years where people really want it, somebody really wants somebody, like that year with Ray, it just makes the heel better. Just like, like...
You know what would be funny? Like, people were like, Kenny Omega, because of like the whole R-Mine situation with WWE getting hacked by R-Mine. Some people were like, Kenny Omega's coming because look, it's an Owen and M, and like, are you fucking retards? It's R-Mine.
People are so dumb. I can't believe the Kenny Omega thing even picked up traction, because last year Kenny Omega wasn't the big star. It was AJ Styles and Nakamura, and they fucking both left after their contract expired, after being one of the top matches at Wrestle Kingdom. Why would fucking New Japan ever even possibly let Kenny Omega even have the opportunity to go to the WWE after main eventing their biggest show of the year. It
Agreed.
seems so foolish that people even thought that was a possibility this year after what happened last year.
And that's another thing to say, a point, like, hey, why would Kenny Omega go if he did such a great show at Wrestle Kingdom? And
but it's not even
he's
that.
still with New Japan.
Why would New Japan let that happen? They would have to, because they would let their biggest stars go 2 years in a row. And that's just terrible business logic. They had to have them signed way beforehand. 2 months before Wrestle Kingdom. Hey, we're giving you the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. We want you to sign this contract. Yeah, sure. Done. Boom. Big money. Big money Kenny. Getting it done in Japan. Team Canada repping in the USA, in fucking Japan, there's no European Canadian wrestlers, so
No.
that's just
well, as we know, Kenny Omega did say he declined the offer to go to WWE. He made his decision on a YouTube podcast or some shit, I don't know. But he said he wants to go to WWE because it's his dream to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
Well, and the thing about Omega too, he's already been through the developmental system. He's not signing to go to NXT.
No.
Never, ever would happen. He would have to have the AJ Styles deal where he goes to the main roster immediately.
And I would love that shit. I would love for Kenny Omega to just go straight to main roster like AJ Styles did. And look where AJ Styles got.
Mark, if Kenny Omega and AJ Styles are running SmackDown in 2019, that's the fucking A show, and it will always be the A show. But
well, it already is the A show
then
now.
Again, come along WrestleMania time, Orton and Cena got to get up in that main event. So.
Oh yeah, you know it.
And then Seth will probably be on SmackDown eventually here too. So. Then you'll have Seth, Orton,
the guys over
Cena.
there gotta be on. The guys over there have to be on sooner or later. I know Sami Zayn's coming sooner or later.
I wish they would have done the Benoit thing and had Zayn win the Rumble this year. A total shock out of nowhere, not expected. And then you have Zayn be like, you know what? Fuck you, Foley. Fuck you, Steph. I'm taking my title shot and I'm going to SmackDown. I'm facing John Cena at WrestleMania. How fucking amazing would that be, seeing how Sami Zayn's debut in the WWE was against John Cena and he got hurt? There's so many good stories to tell in the WWE, and they never go for the good story to tell. They always go for the worst possible option. Cena and Orton, for fuck's sakes.
And that's another good point there behind every situation. To there's so many stories that could have been told if this happened. In my head, I did guess, on the LAGdrop Podcast live commentary of the Royal Rumble on Kill Moose's Kills channel right now, actually. You can hear I said, I think Randy Orton's going to win this. And you were like, no, it's not going to happen. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right, I guess. It's Cena versus Orton. I don't know.
See, this is the foolish thing in me. I optimistically believe WWE won't go down the worst possible options, but they always do it, and they always disappoint me. And I always end up feeling like an asshole at the end of the night.
Yeah, but in the end, I honestly believe, for the sake of saying how the event was, match of the night obviously was AJ Styles versus John Cena. That was a great match.
Oh yeah, very interesting match. A lot of shit thrown out, a lot of moves being utilized, a lot of finishers being utilized.
AJ Styles and Cena worked so well together.
Oh yeah, that fucking figure four out of nowhere. I was not expecting that.
See, I didn't even watch the match because I was behind a bit anyway, and I also didn't really have that much interest going into it because I knew Cena was probably going to win, and their match at SummerSlam was so good. It's kind of like Goldberg and Brock. I don't give a fuck about that match anymore. And there's a lot of matches where WWE's been repeating lately where it's would be great 4 years ago in my fandom to have these repeating matches, but now I just want fresh new shit. And Cena isn't fresh new shit. Him beating AJ for the title isn't fresh new shit. Where's this fresh new shit they want to give us? It's nowhere.
Well, unfortunately, it kind of had to happen. The Cena winning. You could tell it was going to happen, the way the promo was going with that, with AJ. Because if AJ had a point, then why is Cena return? You literally you'd still have reactions for Cena all the time, but there'd still be that storyline doubt of, well, if AJ won, all right, he's right. Cena, a bit of a has-been. Like, he can't seem to beat, AJ. Like, why is he back now? What's the
Cena
point?
should be the has-been. He's kind of should be doing what the
I'm
Rock's
just saying,
character was back in
unfortunately,
03.
as soon as like AJ mentioned that, like making those points or jabs at him, I'm just like, all right, well, Cena's probably gonna end up winning so that he can prove this wrong, so that they can just move forward.
But then again, too, Cena's promo just kind of buried AJ. It's just like, yeah, you're just another fucking douchebag that thinks he can come run my show. I'm the guy who runs this show. I'm an old washed-up has-been, and I'm still running the show.
Admittedly, though, it wasn't a great decision for AJ. I don't know who did it. Maybe it's AJ's idea to basically use the gimmick of John Cena, the face that runs the place thing. I know it was a great heel, jab at John Cena all the time.
It was fantastic. And
it was fantastic for a little while, but at some point it got a little too much, and just
Cena
again,
started using it.
When it got too much, he was facing Ellsworth and losing every week. That's when it got played out and annoying. If he would have been on a tear going into this match, it would be a lot different. He would be actually the face that was running the place.
Yeah.
The Ellsworth storyline kind of buried the fuck out of me. It was entertaining, but at the same point, it's like, fuck.
It was a little different, I'll say that.
It was great. It was great little, jabs for Cena and basically subtly continuing the rivalry. You knew it was going to happen anyway. Like, it was subtly creating the rivalry while Cena was gone. He was wearing his fucking armband. He was jabbing at him while he was gone all the time. So you knew that it was going to happen, that Cena was going to return, and that this match was going to happen. And I don't know. The outcome, the outcome happened. Hopefully, some changes could be made maybe in the future before WrestleMania. Maybe, hopefully, if somebody else does beat him in Elimination Chamber or something. I doubt it. But I'm just saying, the way things were set up with promos and that, it sadly was just set up for Cena to win. Like, the way it was going, I was just like, okay, it's going to happen. But the match in general was pretty fucking amazing. Like, the only thing, a few little awkward spots I think that happened. The one was before the leg drop, because at first it's just like the way. First it was like, all right, like I think it was a failed Hurricanrana kind of attempt, and then it turned into I'm like, is he gonna do Styles Clash? What the fuck's this? And then the figure four kind of set up, and it worked out all right. I've seen him pull a few moves out of his arsenal, like new ones to here and there that actually fit him, instead of like ones that make no sense, like the self-bomb Karama or the springboard stunner. A few of the ones he pulled out.
Stunner was ridiculously brutal. He didn't even hit it half the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's why he stopped using it.
But at least with the new moves he does here and there, it seems like he only throws them at really big matches. At least they're heavyweight moves. They actually work for him. A lot of them are high impact.
The springboard stunner was like something for like a cruiserweight.
It's a cruiserweight thing. The fucking self-bomber Karama was a fucking cruiserweight move, but yeah, he was for some reason. That's what I called it, because it literally was that. It was a Hurricanrana. They kept bombing himself and then rotating.
The Can't but that is a way better description of that move.
Yeah, the self-bomber Karama, because it literally looked at him like, hey, so it looked like every time he did, it looked like they power bombed him, but then you'd see them get rotated over, like, oh no, that was just a really fucked up Hurricanrana.
So the self-bomber Karama, I like it.
That's why, yeah.
Self-Obama, Karama, Corona, Shalama.
But overall, the match was at least a good one, and they'll definitely probably have another one and whatnot and all that shit. But I don't know. It was all right. I seen it winning though. I was just like, yep, that's probably gonna happen, and it did.
This is number 16 too, so he's gonna lose it quickly. What I'm thinking is he loses to Taker at Mania if he's facing Taker. If not, whoever he fucking faces at Mania beats him. Then the Tuesday on SmackDown, he wins it back to have number 17, and it's right after WrestleMania.
I mean, depending on how things go, doesn't Randy technically get? I mean, whoever is the champion for WrestleMania, does he take the shot at them, or is it going to be a choice thing? I thought it just seemed like they, That was really weird how they went with that too, because a lot of it was advertising, like, oh, the Rumble, they get a shot, but they always seem to advertise the Universal title. There wasn't much for the WWE title.
See,
No.
that's interesting too, because if we get Orton, Kevin Owens, I'm into that. That's a new, fresh, interesting thing to watch.
Yeah.
Bray versus Cena. We get Bray versus Cena for the WWE title. Orton versus Owens for the Universal title. That's an interesting WrestleMania title match situation.
Yeah. The only problem with interbrand stuff like that would be...
Well, Orton would officially move to Raw, but he'd still be part of the Wyatt family. Like, you know what? See, again,
it wouldn't work.
Set up. That wouldn't work, yeah.
It's just saying that's how Braun Strowman's on his own right now. They split up the Wyatt family, like him off of it to keep him on Raw, so it would make no sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll admit, if this was, and I guess they're just wanting to maybe they're like probably no, more on SmackDown than Raw, but they'll probably say the win was out of nowhere. They'll just keep dragging that meme out for the entirety of the road to WrestleMania. So it was out of nowhere, but I'm just thinking that's probably what they're going to do with that. Definitely. But overall, the Rumble matches weren't too bad. Just the Rumble match itself, unfortunately, kind of did. It suffered within its final few entrants. I felt
But then again, since the year Sheamus won, it's been that way every year.
Yeah, it's been It's been
Well, let's move on to our next topic. So, speaking of WWE, they released a brand new game called WWE Champions, which is basically a Candy Crush. Let's be quite honest here.
It's a very fun version of Candy Crush, however, though.
Yeah, it's got its own way of looking actually pretty cool. I like it because I'm currently playing a little bit right now, and it's like above. Instead of like just being like Candy Crush, oh, complete the level and all that crap, you get to see you beating up your opponent or your opponent beating up you. Special abilities are used. It's quite unique, I'd say. Now, like I said, I just got started into the game, so I'm not like that far in. But what's your experience on the game, Moose?
It's actually a really fun game. Just
I used to love going to sports bars for honey barbecue chicken, but now
I fucked myself over. Sorry. It's a really fun game. There's a lot of cool elements, a lot of team sharing elements where it's like in Supercard, the team element really doesn't come into play as much other than having to grind something out together. This one's kind of a fully interactive team where you all kind of add to the goals of the team. It's really cool, and when you purchase something, everybody in the team gets a little bit of something from it.
I like it, yeah. It makes sense. I haven't done a team yet, but you have a team. Well, actually, no, I think we're going to make Donzlon on this game, I think.
I actually made one already. It's Moose Squad, and we're actually doing pretty good. So I don't know.
Cool.
We might keep it that way. We might change it going down the road. We'll see. But for now,
yeah. Well, Ray,
we're on
our own
Moose
team
Squad.
member Ray made Donzlon, so
oh, did he?
I'll probably be joining. Yeah, so I'll probably be joining him.
Well, that works too.
So,
I guess.
Yeah, but if things don't work out, then I'll just let him know. I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna join Moose's team.
Yeah, we're already like level 7, so we can fit like 35 people into the team, which is pretty cool. And it's like as your team ranks up, you slowly get more and more spots to add on your team. And for being a Candy Crush element, it's kind of weird because a lot of the time it fucks you with the board, so you're gonna have an automatic loss just because of that. But that's also a game of chance, where it's like Supercard. It's more of you just kind of rely on procs at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean. Versus Supercard, I actually like. I'm more into Supercard still. I mean, I'm a Supercard guy, but in the end, if I continue playing this game more and more, maybe I'll like this game more. Who knows?
This and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links are slowly taking over WWE Supercard. I don't really play that much at all anymore of Supercard.
Team events.
I play team
really.
events. That's what keeps me in the game at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care much for other events. I mean, I'll still play the events most likely, but in the end, I'm probably just going to play other games like this and fuck whatever. And Duel Links. I just downloaded that and I was like, "Oh, this game's actually pretty fun." I played a little bit of it.
See,
and it's fun.
As a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, there's always been Yu-Gi-Oh card games, but there's never been one like this. It's actually the best refined version that they've ever made of it. So it's really good this time around. And there's a lot of cool elements, like with the legendary guys coming out. You get the legendary guys, then you train them up. So far, I've only just played as Kaiba. Kaiba is awesome. Him and getting 2 blue eyes off the beginning of the game is amazing.
Yeah. So Kevin, have you played the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or no?
No, I have not yet to download that yet. I've heard about it, been meaning to, but just haven't really gotten to it yet. And as for the WWE Champions thing, even when I saw this thing months ago, I still don't care for it. It's just, I don't know. It's Candy Crush for WWE, and I don't care for Candy Crush. So, but it looks alright, I guess, I'll say. I don't care for mobile games that much anymore. As you already know, I retired before Season 3 with Supercard. I only lasted a couple months. So
Smart man.
Yeah, 0 purchases and just retired early. Yeah, I was very smart. But no, Duel Links, I've been meaning to get looking into that and getting that. I will.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's tons of fun.
And it's
plus
just kind
for
of a
Yu-Gi-Oh! We like
game.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
You don't need to be online to play it. So it's boom, boom, boom. You get it done. It's over with. Where it's like, and you're not constantly waiting to play, like Supercard, where it's like they make you wait for bouts. Like that's one of the dumbest systems in gaming ever. Is paying to play the actual game itself.
And that's like for Candy Crush as well, because like you get stuck on that one level, and it's like, well, maybe if I buy an extra 5 turns, maybe I can do this. But yeah, that's what most free games are these days. Is sure they're free to play, but if you want to actually advance in the game, you gotta pay. Let's be honest here. That's most app games these days.
Yeah. For the
Bruce,
most,
you agree?
for the most part.
I agree. Yes.
There you go. All right, so Moose, you wanted to talk about something with JonTron. I didn't hear about this, so by all means necessary, please share.
This came onto my radar because I'm kind of in the, I don't know what you call them, social commentary channels maybe, where they talk about politics currently going on. And one of the people I follow is Sargon of COD. And he had a very interesting live stream that happened the other day. He got JonTron on, and JonTron discussed politics, and he has completely lost his fucks. He gives no fucks, and basically he's kind of alt-righty, not like completely alt-righty, but he's a liberal, and it's been to the point where the regressive left has pushed him so far off, he now is kind of more onto the alt-right side of things. So it's pretty interesting to see. It's pretty interesting to hear him talk about this stuff, because it's kind of a point of view I kind of share with him. So I kind of gained a new respect for JonTron. I like him, but I like him more now.
Yeah. And I didn't hear about this. I like saw him on Twitter. I looked it up. I was like, oh, what's going on here on Twitter?
And
but
he has been being called a Nazi consistently since appearing on this live stream. He was on for about like 4.5 hours and discussing politics for 4.5 hours. And after that point, I guess a lot of his fans, about 50% of them, I guess now hate him. So it's very interesting to see and hear what's going on in his side of things. So I don't know. As a fan of JonTron,
give two shits about a political view.
Exactly.
I don't give two shits.
Where it seems very weird nowadays in 2016 or 2017, where people actually give a fuck what other people think about politics. Like, it's always been a weird thing where no one gave a fuck about politics. Now everybody gives a fuck about politics. So can you judge your entertainers based on their politics is now a new question popping up. And I've kind of even been doing it myself. I find myself unfollowing super liberal celebrities on Twitter because I just don't want to see that shit anymore. And I'm kind of creating an echo chamber, which I don't want to do. I'm a guy who likes a lot of diversity in his conversations. I like seeing all the different sides of the point of view. But there's this just weird trend growing now where if you say the wrong thing, you're fucked. And shouldn't work like that. It should never been like that. And why has the left taken over politics so much to the point whereas if you're not with them, you're a Nazi? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
And yeah, like you're saying, like that's very true. See, like I was saying, I don't give two shits about anybody's political views. If they make me laugh on YouTube, I'm going to continue watching them because they're doing their job correctly. They're entertaining me. I wouldn't give two shits if JonTron voted Trump. I wouldn't give two shits if he voted for Hillary. I don't care at all, honestly. I would be the same with PewDiePie if he was living in America and he was like an American citizen. I wouldn't care. Game Grumps wouldn't care. I just don't care because they're doing their job, doing entertainment and whatnot.
And then,
and I think
Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, I think the reason not to care also is that a lot of the time with a lot of entertainers, depending on what you watch, depending on how things go, for me at least, as I watch, is I don't know a lot of people's political views because they don't ever really mention them, and I don't care to know of their views. So I mean, there's some people that they have political views, and that might affect them in some way and how they do things, and they might be open about that and say that. But I don't know. My experience with the people I've seen around or watched, a lot of the time they don't really do a lot of political shit. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, even like with you, Moose, like you talk about like Trump on your Twitter, and I'm like,
well, and the thing is,
just because I don't like Trump,
I don't even like Trump. I just think he's a better option than Hillary would have been because now America currently would have already been in a war with Russia. Hillary was threatening war with Russia going into office, and that's never somewhere where you want your politicians already planning a war out going in. It just Donald Trump's approach is he's not great, and he's very divisive, divisive. I can't say that word. I'm just a goddamn retard sometimes. Divisive. Like he tears people apart.
Diversive.
Diversity,
Well, diversity or yeah,
something to do with diverse. How about that?
Well, right now,
divisive. Divisive. That's the word.
Okay. Sorry, divisive.
You did it.
Yay. For me right now, I've seen at least, it's almost like right now he keeps like giving all these executive orders. It's almost like is he like just like his political strategy is like throw a bunch of shit to a wall and see what sticks? Because I'm confused here.
Well, no, these are all things he promised he would do.
Let's just throw it at that.
Everything was planned.
Well, I mean, he's trying to put
He said he was going to do this long in advance, so it's not a surprise. But a lot of people are acting like it's all shit he said he wasn't going to do. And it's exactly what he always said he was going to do. He said he was going to use executive orders. He said he was going to do all of these executive orders that he talked about. And basically, a lot of it's being misconstrued by the media as well. Like the abortion one, all he wanted to do was stop sending money to other countries for them to have abortions. Which, as a citizen, you should be like, yeah, why am I paying for Saudi Arabian abortion? Shouldn't Saudi Arabia be paying for that abortion? Like, that's just
good point. Good point. And let me what I was saying, like you're sharing your political views. That doesn't mean I'm not going to like you if you say something like I don't agree with this. No, fuck that guy. I don't care.
And that's exactly
pretty
it, too.
much.
It doesn't matter. It's just another thing to talk about. And conversation creates opportunity to learn. And you shouldn't always have the same views in such an ironclad fashion. Because I was a regressive leftist at a certain point in my life. And over the last few years, I've had a little bit of an awakening type deal where it's like, well, yeah, no, that's pretty extreme. Holy shit, that's starting to get to the territories where they're going to limit our speech. They're going to take away options for us to even be able to say stuff. And now we're sitting here all disagreeing, and we can't say a word to disagree with that disagreement. That's how a dictator rises through the ranks.
Good point. Point taken.
Well, next topic.
Well, I
Fuck
think
politics.
we're going to move on. Let's get away from politics before this gets...
It's just a really interesting topic to come out of nowhere. Someone who no one gave a fuck about their politics all of a sudden be called Nazi. It's just so random.
Agreed. So we're going to get out of the politics.
Internet.
Yeah, we're just going to get out of the politics view because this shit sucks. I don't like politics.
Is awful, but it's fun to talk about sometimes.
It's fun to talk about at times, yes, at times, but not all the time. So we're going to move on to the last topic, which is like a gaming controversy. So this game, Overwatch.
I wouldn't call it a controversy. It just looks very comedic.
Well, these are people that are pissed off thinking this is a bug in a system. It's like, what the fuck did you just say?
Bugs happen all the time. People don't expect bugs.
So in Overwatch, year of the Rooster, I believe. Yeah, Year of the Roosters.
Yeah, Chinese New Year's happening, and this is the year of the cock.
Yeah, Year of the Cock. And what happened is, apparently, Mia, I'm guessing, one of the Overwatch characters in the game. Now, let me just go say
I am assuming that if it's Overwatch, she would be one of the Overwatch characters in the game, yes.
Well, I mean, she could be like an outside character that people actually give two shits about.
And somehow is affiliated with Overwatch?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let me go back to what I was saying. Supposedly, her skin in this is supposedly too skinny. That's what some people are saying? Like, oh, this skin makes her look skinny, and it's like she's a curvy girl. She's curvy because her skin, her regular skin. She's wearing the snow coat. She's fat, so to say. That's what I'm trying to get at. She's fat, and people are getting all worked up about it. And I'm sitting here like, are you seriously getting worked up over a skin making her look just a slight skinnier? Like, she is wearing a fucking winter coat. Winter coats don't make you look skinny, by the way.
Is there also a brown face controversy?
Yeah.
What was that?
Is there also a brown face controversy?
No.
Sombra? There's a guy who posted a video a day ago talking about it.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't play Overwatch.
An Overwatch Sombra
I want to start playing
cosplayer,
Overwatch, honestly.
and the backlash she got from supposed brown face. Oh shit! Somebody was wearing brown face.
It's definitely a game I would consider. It's one of those things where I could consider it, but I'm not a console gamer, so.
Overwatch.
Well, it's also on PC.
Is it on PC now?
Yeah, it's been on PC. It started on PC.
Yeah, because if I recall, when I looked around at it, it was a console game. I was like, okay.
It's like one of its own games, so to say. Like, you have to go on the website to get it, to buy it. But yeah, it's a PC game.
Oh, did not know that. Okay, because
that pushes it towards further. You're gonna get the game.
No, that pushes towards further. I'm probably not gonna get it because apparently it's such a pain in the ass to. It sounds like now a pain in the ass just to get. Like, you have to get your own launcher and all that shit. It's like, okay, no thanks.
Yeah, this is a thing. Well, yeah, and because it's like part of like a Blizzard. It's part of Blizzard, so it would make sense. But yeah, she had like her Christmas outfit. She actually looked like her, but that's because she's in a snow coat still, and yada yada yada. But something I've noticed here is she's like thinner in this shot, and it's like, I don't care about her being skinny in the game because this is a first-person shooter game, mind you. So why are you getting worked up over how someone looks in a first-person shooter?
Well, the funny part, I mean, this is the second that I've heard of. I don't play again, and now I guess it is. When I first looked into it, I swear it was just on console. Okay, now it's on PC. I see now, but the first time, she's like the second time she's had this character's had a controversial skin bullshit going on. The first one made sense, which was that the Santa skin or the Christmas skin that she has was just a recolor of her. If you looked at it, it was, and it was an expensive skin because it's a Christmas thing, and you know how skins are with games, and yeah, it was just a recolor of her original skin, pretty much. So that made sense. with a Santa hat. This one, though, I agree. I don't understand why people are up in arms. I mean, it changed her shape a little bit, but when you look at the skin, it makes sense. Like, yeah, she's wearing a winter fucking coat. I don't know. I guess she has some ice person or something, you know.
I'm assuming she's an ice person, considering she's wearing a fucking coat.
But that's the fight. Like, a lot of people are assuming, like, are up in arms. But when you look at her face, she looks like she would have this kind of figure. Like, I'm not surprised with this, and it makes sense for this kind of. It's actually kind of cool. It's out of the box kind of skin. It's, you know, something that's different, and it works for her. You know, instead of another fucking, you know, snow coat, it's an actual beautiful looking Chinese, inspired. I think a kimono. I think is what I think it's called.
Yeah.
Or something like, type of thing with other cool little. I don't know. I like it. I will admit, as a skin, I do like it, but I don't know why people care.
And I'm pretty sure it's just like it's really sensitive people get caring about. There's like, oh, she's not fat or curvy. I don't find her attractive. You know what? In both areas, she's attractive. How about that?
Yeah.
If you're in
Well, I
video
guess
game characters.
It's 2017. It's 2017. You want to sleep in bed with like video game characters these days.
True.
It's been like that for years.
Oh, yeah.
Especially how more detailed they get. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like old Laura Croft Tomb Raider, you wouldn't because her tits would poke your eye out. But now, yeah, I could do it.
I'd bang that.
Yeah, more polygons. Why not? But yeah, I guess they say there is some kind of bug that makes her skinnier than usual type of thing. Like, so maybe there could be something.
And Blizzard says, oh, it would require a patch to remedy. It's like, no, you don't need to fix this. This is fine. There's no problem with it. It's not breaking the fucking game.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do for your customers, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like this is like the multiple time that they've done this, and like people have said like I was reading some of the Facebook comments and people are saying someone seriously got triggered over the fact that Mia is like a different shape. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
And it's like, why?
Diversity here.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. No,
Like,
not at all.
I'm surprised. Like, at this point, they get up in arms over this. Hey, let's make a Harambe skin. Like, why not?
That'd probably get tons.
Well, Smite already kind of did one, so.
Did they?
Well, it was mostly a joke. They made a Donkey Kong skin for a character called Raijin, a thunder god, whatever, and they're literally for the advertisement on their social media. They said sticks out because he's a drummer thing, sticks out or whatever for Rajambe. So that's already been done, I guess.
Yeah. Can't
I don't know.
shit.
I don't know. Just.
Well, I say that concludes the first episode of the LAGdrop Podcast, official LAGdrop Podcast. What do you say? You think you agree?
I would say so too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else to cover other than failed dreams and bitter memories.
Okay. That was interesting. That's very, very deep. It's like failed dreams and bitter memories. And
the story of the WWE.
Wow.
That's going to be the documentary I make for them one day.
Sounds like USA in 2017.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like the entire world.
Yeah.
Moose is not wrong about that. Sounds like the entire world.
Or 2.5 minutes of doomsday. But yeah.
Well, you can find me on the social medias at TZKU on Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube at TZK Unit, where I do funny content, gaming content. You can also find me on iChaotic, where I do Let's Play content.
Yeah. You can find me over on the social medias at Controlled Chaos on Facebook, Controlled Chaos, Con Chaos on, and my own Twitter at KDawg KCP on Twitter for that shit, and then a Shout Engine or iTunes even iTunes and Google Play. Just look up Controlled Chaos, with a K, and boom, that's the podcast there. And yeah, that's what I do. And also, I appear on TZ's channel to actually make them entertaining. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much.
As the Oreo, as like an Oreo looking for milk.
Well, that video hasn't been published yet.
There you go, referencing something that will come out in the future.
Predicting the future, Nostradamus over here.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
And for me, you can catch me on Twitter at KillMooseKill, Raisin by the Daily, and the followers for apparently tweeting shit about nothing. And KillMooseKill.com for my YouTube. And I guess that's it for today. We will have the link for this down below in the description. And I'll catch y'all on the flippity flips. Fuck this game. It's shitty fucking games. Games shit.
Okay. That is a great sign off. Just to, flippity floppity. Fuck this game.